I feel that chill, smell that fresh cut grass. I'm back in my helmet, cleats and shoulder pads, standing in the huddle, listening to the call. Fans going crazy for the boys of fall.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the Blue and Gold Show. Coach Scott Sturgill, I'm Bub Norris, coming to you live from our recording studios tonight. Scott, before we get started tonight, we want to thank all of our sponsors that helped make our Blue and Gold Show program a very big success this year on 96.7 FM. Again, we want to thank our sponsors, Lackey's PDQ in Wellston, the store in Wellston, West Banco, McDonald's, Jeanette's Feed and Grain, ERA Martin and Associates, Rich Auto Sales, A&K Ready Mix, VFW, American Legion, Darrow Insurance Agency, Scott Fott Building Restoration, and the Atomic Credit Union. We want to send out a huge thank you to all of those folks for helping make this program possible for us this year.
Oh, it's been a great show. This is our second season of the football edition to the Blue and Gold Radio Show, Bob. I've had a fun year. It's been great. We've had great speakers. The kids have been great. Coach Phillips has been great. But most importantly, we've had a great time doing the radio show on Thursday nights.
Yeah, it's been a great show. And Coach Phillips, a lot of times we've had some questions for him that's kind of put him on the spot. And what a trooper he has been all season long, even after coming in after some tough losses that he's had, that he's felt, maybe we could have done this and done that and won. He's just been a terrific support and a great asset. Yeah,
typically every Thursday morning, Bob, I get a text message from Coach asking me what questions I'm going to ask him on the show that night, especially after a loss. So, today, obviously, I didn't get any text from Coach Phillips from our big win Friday night at Meg's. But again, we want to thank our sponsors, the kids, the coaching staff, all of our fans. We've had a great atmosphere here on Thursday nights, supporting the Rockets, win or lose. So it's been a great year. We're looking forward to basketball season, which is right around the corner. But however, we still got one more game, senior night tomorrow night.
Coach, we have 8 seniors playing their last game on Friday night. Let's talk about them just a moment.
Well, as a group, Bud, they all had an opportunity tomorrow night to go 5-5 overall in the season. 3 weeks ago on a 3-game losing streak, started game 1, losing 2, then 3 in a row. Not sure that they had that opportunity at the time. And also, more importantly, they got an opportunity to go 3-3 in league play. And that's pretty impressive being in the Tri-Valley Conference Ohio Division to start out 1-0. Then we lost a tough one, 14-6, I believe, against River Valley. That skid started. Last weekend got win number 2 in the season. We got the Vikings coming down here next weekend. But to finish 3-3 in the Tri-Valley Conference Ohio Division would be pretty impressive with this young group of Rockets.
I think you hit the nail right on the head, Coach. Young group of Rockets. When you graduate players like Braden Wommeldorf and some of those other kids that he graduated with, and a senior at center,
Michael Reinhardt.
You take those 2 kids out of your program, just those 2 guys alone certainly are making an impact.
Well, last year's seniors, the list goes on, Chris Williams, Forrest Tell, Kenny Trimble. We can go on all day about those guys. But if you remember our first show of the season, we talked about the young Rockets. All right, we wasn't sure how many freshmen were going to be playing at that time. However, those kids have really stepped up, got the experience. But you can't forget about the 8 seniors, the leadership that they give the younger players throughout the entire season. Because there's a lot of times our seniors could have just said, you know what, I'm done. It's time to pack it in and go home and just go through the motions, but they didn't.
Then they stepped up Friday night and proved again why they were seniors, that senior leadership stepping up, almost a record-setting night last Friday night down at Meg's.
Well, just an unbelievable night, obviously. We talked about this prior to the show. We've got 2 backs, one with around 1,400 yards on the season, the other one around 1,200 yards on the season. Just how many times does Wellston put 2 backs in the same season on the field over 1,000 yards?
Well, we see a lot of these kids, again, 8 of these kids are going to be graduating and moving on. We knew Alexander last year graduated 22 seniors, and we hate to even lose our 8 because they're so valuable to this program. You take the likes of, and I hate to start naming kids because I'll miss some, sure as the world, but Nick Cox, Rowdy Brown, Chris Edmondson, and on and on and on and on. There's other kids that are going to be graduating, certainly going to be a big blow to the Rockets. But to Coach Phillips's success, we'll have more kids that's going to step up and fill their shoes next year.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, everybody graduates kids each and every year in each and every sport. It's just something that's coaching and whatever sport you're coaching, you just have to deal with it, move on, and get the younger kids ready. We, again, had an opportunity this year to play a lot of underclassmen. Not only that, we've got a really good junior class that's coming back next year of seniors. Connor Bates, Robinsons, Michael Graham, Travis J. John, the list goes on with the returning players we have coming back along
Some
with
good
the freshmen.
skill players.
Absolutely, good, very good skilled players. And we have a nice 8th grade group of kids coming up from the junior high levels. But again, our 8 seniors, you don't replace your seniors. You don't replace the leadership. We wish them all the luck in the world. Congratulations on a great season. But however, you've got an opportunity tomorrow night, again, to get to 5-5 overall in the season. And most importantly, 3-3 in league play. To me, that's more impressive.
That's great.
All right, than being 2-3 non-league or 4-1 non-league, being 500 or better in the Tri-Valley Conference or High Division. People don't realize this. All right, we're in a division with Athens, Vinton County, and Meigs. All those schools are bigger than what we are, double us in size. Then you throw Jackson there in the mix on the schedule. You're four opponents that double you in size out of a 10-game schedule. It's pretty tough to compete with that.
Coach, if we could make reference also, what kind of triggered this program tonight was a video film that we had noticed from years ago from our friends Bob Walton and Joe Ramsey and Mr. Davis. They all was standing on top of the press box at C.H. Jones Field doing a live video. So that kind of prompted you and us to put this program together tonight. And we know there were some games this year that we could have won, and I can hear our old buddy Bob Walton making reference to that and saying, if ifs and buts were candy and nuts, oh, what a Merry Christmas this would be. I'll never forget that. Bob and I broadcasted for years and years on live on the Golden Rocket Football on 96.7 FM, and we'll never forget those types of things. So that kind of prompted our show tonight. We want to thank you again for thinking that was a great idea and bringing this on tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything you can do to help promote Wellston High School athletics, I'm all about it.
Again, you've been listening to the Blue and Gold Show. Coach Scott Sturgill, I'm Bub Norris, and we'll be back right after this.
Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that. Yeah. Here comes the, no. Here comes the, oh. Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that. Yeah. Here comes the.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Bub Norris, and I'm joined here this evening by number 57, a senior for the Golden Rockets, Mr. Brogan Sparrow. Brogan, we want to welcome you to the show tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks for being with us. Brogan, tell us a little bit about your career here at Wellston. I know we had talked before we came on the air tonight that you've been a Rocket for 5 years. And tell us a little bit about what's your most memorable moment as a Rocket.
My most memorable moment as a Rocket was Monday night this week against Meigs. It was a JV game, and it came down to the final seconds of the game who walked out with the victory. Luckily, that was us.
Those are great memories. And what are your intentions after high school? What are you planning on doing?
I will be going to Ohio University main campus in Athens to major in mechanical engineering.
I want to make a note also, folks, about Brogan. Every team has to have a player that they can go to in just about every situation. And I know that you haven't had a lot of playing time, but I wanted to make note of this for Brogan is that he's always been a great team player, and that goes to speak for itself. You've always been a terrific team player, even though you haven't had a lot of playing time like you would like to have seen. We want to make sure that folks understand that because a lot of times in these days that there are kids that get all upset and do a lot of different things when they don't see a lot of playing time like they think that they should. And Brogan has been just an outstanding team player for the Rockets really all the way through your career, so I want to make sure we mention that tonight. Again, we want to congratulate you and thank you for being on our show tonight, and good luck as you're going to go to Ohio University to be a Bobcat.
Thank you.
All right, congratulations. Thanks for being with us tonight. Folks, joining us again here tonight is number 65, another senior for the Golden Rockets, Mr. Corey Moss. Corey, tell us a little bit about the position that you play for the Golden Rockets.
I play guard.
You play guard, and what are you going to miss most after you graduate about playing football?
Just strapping up and playing with my friends.
I can tell you that from past experiences, you'll remember these football nights for the rest of your life. So those are terrific memories that you make. We've asked a couple of the previous players some questions, and that's what we're going to do at this time. We've mentioned to you about your most memorable moments, but what did you feel about the two-a-day programs, and how did you feel going into that working for Coach Phillips?
Good ready to work.
Strapping it up, getting ready to go. What are your plans after high school? What do you plan on doing?
Go to college.
Do you have any, know where that's going to be at this time? Not yet, just plan on attending. That's great. Again, this is Mr. Corey Moss, number 65. He's a guard for the Golden Rockets. We want to thank you for being on our show this evening. Folks, joining us here again this evening is number 3, another senior for the Golden Rockets, Mr. Davon Newell. And he plays a lot of different positions for the Rockets. And we want to talk to Davon. I know he's been in the program for quite a while, several years now, just like most of all the players that we've been interviewing here tonight. What's your most memorable moment as being a Golden Rocket?
Practices, being around these guys for 4 years makes it fun to want to play football.
Yeah, that's good. And do you have any particular moment while you've been playing for the Rockets that really sticks out to you? We just mentioned, the impact moments, but what's a specific player? Do you have a specific moment that really jumps out to you?
Well, Nick Cox. My first year when I came, 8th grade year, me and him didn't really see eye to eye, but as we went on to high school, we actually had to play a lot more varsity, and being together most of the time, it kind of made us grow closer. So every day we talk, in practice we talk, and if we need to help somebody, we always help each other and them too.
You've played football for the Rockets. Have been on the varsity for about 4 years now, I believe. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Who's influenced you most, do you think?
Person that's influenced me the most, my grandma, my brother, and Nick always just making me come and pushing me every day.
All righty, that's great. That's great. What is your position for the Golden Rockets?
Safety, corner, wide receiver, quarterback.
You play them all. You're just a jack of all trades, man,
Yeah.
right? Okay. All right. What's your plans after high school, Davon?
Go to college for business and communication and shoe design, and play ball if I get a chance to.
All right, folks, this is Mr. Davon Newell, another senior for the Golden Rockets. We want to thank you for being with us tonight,
right,
and good luck tomorrow night against the Vikings.
Thank you.
Once again, folks, we have another senior joining us here tonight, number 23, another senior for the Rockets, Mr. Alex Busca. Alex, we want to thank you for being on the show tonight. Alex, just give us some thoughts, if you would, on the game for tomorrow night. It's the last game of the season. We have the team up north, as we refer to, and they're coming down here to C.H. Jones Field tomorrow night to take on the Golden Rockets. What's some of your thoughts for the game tomorrow night?
To go out and win and have fun and just play as hard as you can play.
Has your practices this week been any different? Has Coach Phillips changed anything up to kind of make it a little more fun this week, or maybe help you relax just a little bit?
He just pushed us to practice our hardest and play our hardest.
Yeah, that sounds like Coach Phillips. All right. Do you have a memorable moment, Alex, that's been your most memorable moment as being a Rocket? Anything that sticks out in your mind specifically?
Not really specifically, just playing with everybody, all my friends, becoming more close to all of the people in Wellston. And,
Making lifelong memories. Again, you don't have a specific memory, but going in again tomorrow night, you're a senior. What's some of the thoughts that you think about? What's some of the things that goes through your mind before game day tomorrow night?
it's our last game. We got to have the most fun because we'll never get to play any more games after tomorrow night. And just like last week, just go out and have fun and try to win the game.
Sure. What's your plans after graduation? Do you have any plans after graduation?
I want to go into the United States Marines for 4 years and then,
Great.
I don't know, be a detective, like a homicide detective or something.
That's great. That is terrific. And Alex, we want to thank you for being on our show tonight. Again, this is senior number 23, Alex Busca. Thank you for joining us on our show tonight. Good luck tomorrow night. Ladies and gentlemen, joining me right now again is number 24, Dylan Foster. And Dylan comes to us from out of state this year, and so glad to have you coming into town here. Your grandparents are terrific people. We sure think a lot of them, and glad that you made your way to Wellston. So that's what we want to talk real quick about, how you made your decision about coming to Wellston and being a Golden Rocket, and what actually led you to us.
Well, my dad played here all 4 years of his high school, and I figured it was time that I came down here for my senior year and gave it a shot and tried to live it up. So I wore 24 this year to try and, in his memory, and try to be like him. So
Yeah, great. We know that you haven't had any playing time actually this year due to an injury, but you did get a play in a scrimmage against Oak Hill early on. Tell us, I know it's just 1 year so far here for you, but tell us a little bit about what's your favorite memory that you've made so far here as a Rocket?
My favorite memory would probably have to be 2 days. I had a lot of good bonding with my friends, and I got really close with some people that I'd lost touch with when I moved away, so that was a really good experience. I got really close with the coaches and all that, and it was just a really good bonding experience for me, I'd say.
What's your thoughts on the game tomorrow night? And of course, I know you haven't been involved in this rivalry that we've talked about all week long, leading up to this final game, and the Vikings have won the last 3 matchups and so forth. But I'm sure Coach Phillips has brought some of that intensity along this week. Tell us a little bit about your thought process and what's leading up for tomorrow night as far as you're concerned.
I feel like we have a really good shot to beat them. We have a really good run game. Our pass game is there. We just got to make those big plays, really hold it down on defense. I think we have a really good shot in beating them, and this is probably going to be our year.
We've asked a couple of the other players already this evening. Has Coach Phillips changed up anything? Have you noticed any difference in the mentality or the thought process of any of the players leading up to tomorrow night?
I think we've all been a lot more up-tempo, knowing that this game is a really big one for us, and we're really hungry for the win. So everybody's mentality is really positive, and we're ready to get out there and show them what we're made of.
The first game of the season for the Rockets and the last game of the season for the Rockets are always ones that you will remember the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Okay? So tomorrow night's going to be a very special night. Again, we want to thank you actually for coming on the show tonight and coming to Wellston. Again, this has been Dylan Foster, senior for the Golden Rockets, number 24. Dylan, thank you for coming on the show tonight.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining me here again tonight, another senior, Mr. Nate Williams, number 58 for the Golden Rockets. Nate hasn't had an opportunity to play a lot this year. He came in, got hurt early on in the season, but we're certainly glad, Nate, to have you back right now. Again, tomorrow night is your last game that you're going to play as a Golden Rocket, and we want to ask you, what are you feeling about this game tomorrow night going in?
Well, I'm feeling pretty good about it, pretty confident. We had good practice so far this week, and I think we're ready to play.
Good, that's good. What do you think you're going to miss? Being a senior, what are you going to miss about not being able to play football anymore?
Just going out on Friday nights under the lights, I'm going to miss it.
It's a pretty special feeling, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We know you went into the season early this year with an injury. Where are you at with that right now? Everything pretty good with that?
Yeah, I'm pretty good now. I'm
Okay.
ready to go.
Good. And what position do you play for the Rockets?
Defense, nose guard.
Defensive nose guard. And I can only imagine what a center is thinking to himself when he sees you line up across from him. And I'm a pretty big guy, but you make me look like Adam the Ant. I'll tell you that right now. But has Coach Phillips said anything to you this week? Being a senior, going into your last game, has he mentioned anything to you this week about where we need to be?
He said just go in, give it all you got, because it's the last one we've got.
That's the last game.
Just said go out with a bang.
Yep, very good. Folks, again, another senior joining us here. Nate Williams, number 58, a senior for the Golden Rockets. Nate, thanks for coming on the show tonight.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, another senior joining us here tonight, number 70. I like to refer to him as Downtown Rowdy Brown. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Welcome.
Appreciate you being here. Rowdy's been a starter, a 4-year starter for the Golden Rockets, and we want to talk a little bit about the two-a-day programs from how things maybe have progressed through your career. We know, again, you've been a starter for the Golden Rockets. Tell us a little bit about this week's practice and how Coach Phillips has brought you guys along this week in practice, and if anything has changed this week being the last week of practice.
Nothing's really changed. It's still the same thing. We still go through drills every day. Still.
He's a drill sergeant, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Tough guy.
Yeah. We just go through drills, and we just go out there and go through team and stuff like that.
Okay, what position do you play for the Rockets?
Right tackle and defense.
And I've noticed on some of the plays, obviously us being up in the press box, we're able to see a lot from up top in the press box. What is your job description as a lineman? What do you do? Do you do any pulling at all, or just lead block?
Yeah, down blocks.
Okay. I can only imagine what the linemen and the linebackers across from you are thinking when you guys walk up the line of scrimmage. When you're there, then you see Nick Cox coming from behind you. They've got to think, oh my goodness, how are we going to handle this? But I know you've made a lot of great memories over the course of your career as a Rocket. Is there anything in particular that sticks out to you in the way of a memory is concerned? What's your most fond memory as being a Rocket?
Whenever we beat Huntington this year.
That was a big game, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, big game. They had a quarterback and a receiver that was pretty good, and you guys done a great job. It was back and forth. Again, we have our rival from up north tomorrow night coming into C.H. Jones Field. What's your thoughts on that game for tomorrow night?
We just got to go out there and pound it to them.
Take it to them. Well, you've heard that. We've heard that a lot tonight. What's your intentions after high school, your graduation? What do you plan on doing?
I plan on going to college and playing football.
That would be great. All right. Folks, again, number 70, Rowdy Brown, joining us here tonight on the show. Rowdy, thanks for coming and being with us tonight, and good luck tomorrow night. Again, welcome back, Golden Rocket fans. Chris Edmondson, number 73, a senior again for the Golden Rockets, joining us again here tonight on the program. Chris, coming into tonight, you've been a Rocket for how long now?
I've been a Rocket for a long time, but I've only played high school football for 2 years.
For 2 years, and we wanted to make sure that we made mention of that, so you haven't had a whole lot of football playing time in your high school career. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. Again, we've asked a lot of the players so far tonight, what's your most memorable moment as being a Rocket? Do you have one?
Yeah, I do, actually. It was actually last week when we played Meg. It was just one of the best plays I think I've ever had, one of the funnest plays I've ever had. We ran 31 trap, and Nick was right behind me. And then he told me he thought I wasn't going to block this linebacker. I came out of nowhere, and I obliterated him. He was done. That was probably the funnest memory I had.
That's great. Those are great memories. Being a senior, you'll remember those types of things for the rest of your life. If you could change one thing in your high school career, what would that be?
Definitely play my freshman and sophomore year.
Definitely play. That would be a good thing. I'm sure the coaches would definitely appreciate that as well. What are your plans after high school?
I plan to either go to a technical school or go to work. I can have a job right now, and I don't know. I've thought about going to college too, and just see. I'm kind of stuck in the middle.
Mm-hmm. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. Tomorrow night we have the Vikings coming into town. Tell us a little bit about what you're thinking about that ball game.
I'm thinking we need to beat them. That's all that's going through my mind. Wellston hasn't beat them in a long time.
3 years.
3 years, and I think we need change. That'd be great for the seniors. It'd be great for the rest of the team to just go out on top with a win.
Being a senior, and we've asked again a lot of the players this question, has Coach Phillips made mention to you or asked you anything or done anything any different this week as far as that being your final game as a Rock? Has he said anything to you about that?
No, not really. It's a lot of the seniors of letting everybody know that this is our last game, guaranteed for sure. Some of us aren't got the pleasure to go to college, and some do, but this is our last game, guaranteed, and we want to go out on top.
Okay, folks, this has been Chris Edmondson joining us here tonight. Number 73, a senior for the Golden Rockets. His last game would be tomorrow night right here at C.H. Jones Field. Again, Chris, we want to thank you for joining us tonight, and good luck tomorrow evening.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, joining me here again tonight, number 7, we like to refer to him as NC7. Nick Cox, another senior here with us tonight. Nick, thanks for coming on the program tonight.
No problem. Thanks for having
me. All right. Nick, you are a 4-year starter for the Golden Rockets. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Tell us a little bit about the positions over the 4 years that you played for Wellston. What are some of if you can remember all of the positions that you played for Wellston?
I've been at tight end, fullback, running back, and then wing back, and then inside linebacker and outside linebacker.
What about water boy, manager? You've played about all of those, right?
Just a little bit.
Okay. All right. Nick has been a great utility player for the Golden Rockets, played just about every position. And again, you've had a terrific career here at Wellston. Tomorrow night is senior night, okay? And it's your last game that you're going to be a Rocket. What's going through your mind right now, being your last game?
There's a lot, but I'm trying not to get emotional about it. So I don't let it eat me up, really. Right now I'm just thinking about what we can do to win, what we need to do.
Yep. Okay. Do you have a memorable moment? What's the most memorable thing that you've been able to accomplish, or what's the most memorable thing that you've completed or done as a Rocket?
It'd be last week's game against Megs.
That'd be a good one.
Breaking 1,000 yards and then rushing for 338, 335, and then making a ton of tackles is just a great game.
Again, we've already mentioned all the different positions that you played, and tomorrow night is your last night as a Golden Rocket. Certainly, as we'd mentioned earlier, that blink your eyes and now you're a senior. and that's kind of hard to believe, really, but what are your plans and intentions after school?
We'll go to college, play some ball, and then after that I'm going to become a teacher, hopefully,
Okay.
and eventually get a coaching job.
Sure. Folks, you've been listening to Nick Cox. He's a senior, number 7, or again we refer to him as NC7 here for the Golden Rockets. Again, Nick, we want to thank you for coming on the show tonight. Good luck tomorrow night against the Vikings.
Thank you.
Welcome back once again, folks, to the Blue and Gold Show. Coach Scott Sturgill and Bub Norris coming back. Coach, we're going to wrap it up here tonight. Real quick, we want to talk about senior night. And from my past experience being a football player and an athlete coming through Wellston High School, senior night is a very special night. I remember all those memories. Now, we won't go back how far it was that I played, but it's been just a couple years. Very special night as Mom and Dad walked us across the field, and all of the emotions and all of these things that's going through your mind, thinking, you know, this is the last time that I'm ever going to put on a football uniform and play for the Rockets. And some of the kids have alluded to already tonight in earlier interviews that, you know, it's going to be a tough thing, but they have to stay focused, which Coach Phillips has strongly encouraged them to do.
Yeah, the seniors have got a very busy week this week. Radio show on Thursday night. We got the seniors coming in. We got the 2 captains speaking. I believe the Big W football is having a senior breakfast for the players on Thursday night as well. Parents feeding the kids tonight on Thursday night prior to the radio show. It's been a very busy week for seniors. However, the coaching staff's job is to keep them focused on football Friday night, because that's the most important thing, is the football game with Vinton County, obviously, kickoff at 7:30. However, it's a very special week. It's a very special night for our seniors, and it's we don't want them to forget that as well. But most importantly, football game, 7:30 kickoff, home game, senior night versus the Vikings. We've lost 3 in a row. We've been, how I felt, the better team in all 3 of those games, but we've had a lack of concentration. Maybe 2 years ago was due to senior night. I'm not sure, but we didn't come out on the winning side.
We've also mentioned this a lot, too, is that when these 2 teams meet, and actually the Vinton County Vikings and the Jackson Ironmen, we can throw the record books out the door because it's Katie bar the door. We spotted the Vikings last year, I think it was 3 scores before we decided to wake up and actually play. So, again, this is something that the Rockets need to come in as a unit and start out right from the very get-go tomorrow, or Friday night, actually, and get this thing going.
Yeah, we spotted, or they spotted us points, we spotted them points. However, 2 years ago, we was at Vinton County at senior night in Wellston.
Yes, that's correct.
I believe we was up 22-6. Vinton County comes out second half in the rain, cold, made
Yes.
some huge plays. However, we had some injuries in the second half to some key players. We had some key players out in that game also that are seniors tomorrow night against the Vikings, so they have a chance for some redemption for the senior class of 2014. But again, yeah, it's Vinton County, it's Wellston, it's senior night, and throw everything out the door, leave it all on the field, and may the better team win.
Absolutely. Scott, we've made mention we have several seniors on this ball club. We're heading to the closing here of this broadcast. Tell us a little bit about those seniors.
Well, I got a message for the seniors I'd like to say. Dear seniors, so many people wish they could change the spots that you're in tomorrow night, getting the opportunity just to strap it on one more time, or putting on that blue and gold uniform with the opportunity to run out on that field in front of their parents, their fans, their friends, or the cheerleaders. That feeling that you've had for the past 9 weeks on Football Friday night is getting ready to come to an end tomorrow night. Cherish the moment. It's a feeling that neither you or I can explain to each other. However, you know that feeling that I'm talking about. Tomorrow night is about you, it's about your teammates, it's about your coaches. You have developed a special bond with each other that will last a lifetime. I wish you the best of luck, and again, congratulations, and as always, go Rockets. Bub, do you have any predictions for tomorrow night, senior night at Wellston High School, for our seniors heading out?
Did I hear you say something about predictions?
Predictions.
Predictions? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we do have a prediction. We can get this on.
We have our own Lee Corso.
I am the official, if I can find the head, here we go. I am the official Wellston Golden Rocket Lee Corso. Go Rockets, take it to the Vikings.
It's real simple. You got 2 more quarters and that's it. Now most of you have been playing this game for 10 years. You got 2 more quarters, and after that most of you will never play this game again as long as you live. I want you to take a moment, and I want you to look each other in the eyes I want you to put each other in your hearts forever, because forever is about to happen here in just a few minutes.